going to be playing Questweaver Synergy Unbound here in solo mode. One player solo mode. I'll teach you guys how to play, how to get the game set up, and all that good stuff. I'm Mike, I'm the creator. And so right now what you see in front of you is you see all of our 4 factions and all of our characters are laid out with the character and the spell that goes with that character right underneath it for our trolls, our vampires, our dragons, and our werewolves. Additional setup is your item deck and your quest deck, kind of in the middle here. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select our team. So I will be selecting my team, and then for our AI opponent, basically, for solo mode, they're going to be taking, let's see here. So we'll roll the die, and we have a 2. So they'll be taking every second card onto their team, starting in the top corner. So I'm going to go ahead and start drafting my team. Alright, so I have my 10 characters and my 10 spells, and so does my opponent. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to clear all these cards that we're not using. Just going to get these out of here. They were not chosen to be on any teams of Questweavers. Now we're going to give the item deck a shuffle. And for our quest, we're going to give that a shuffle. And we only play up to 20 quests, so we need to get 8 of them out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give it another shuffle. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Move those out of here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up using our play mats right here. So we got my character deck right here. We're going to shuffle that up. My spell deck, we're going to shuffle that up. We're going to shuffle up their characters. We're going to shuffle up their spells. And we're going to put out our first 3 active quests. Alright, we got some, we have a couple wisdom quests and a power quest, a 5-pointer. So it could be an interesting start here. I'm going to draw my first hand of 3. And in a 1-player game, I get to go first. So let's go ahead and put out our first character here. And we're going to put out Throg, Alpha Holler. He has 2 power, 3 wisdom, 4 chaos. So I could take this quest right off the bat, but I'm going to start building a party first and see what happens. So I'm not going to take an action. I am not going to quest. I'm going to reset back up to 3 characters. And now our rival is going to go. Now the solo rules is that if they can complete a quest, they must complete it. So with Kaldros here, for his action phase, he can deal -1 HP to me. So I will take -1 here, taking me down to, whoop. Let's fix that. There we go. Whoop. There it is. All right. So I'm down to 2 health, and I'm going to automatically retaliate to 2 health here, but it's not going to matter because they have to complete the quest. So they're going to take this quest here, retrieve the Ashen Drake. It says calm the Drake to submission. The next character you deploy gains +1 chaos. Or exploit it for its switches. You may attack the item. You may attach the item from completing this quest immediately instead of adding it to your hand. Interesting. So we got to see what that is. So we're going to choose option A for them. They're going to get +1 chaos to the next character they deploy. So that's blue. We'll put it up here and we'll make it a +1. There we go. And this character is going to get discarded because they completed a quest. And for single player, the item that would normally be drawn into the hand is going to be drawn into the deck. And I guess it really doesn't matter if I can see it or not. All right, so new quest comes down. We flip it. We got another 5-pointer, so we're going to have to build some quest parties here, it looks like. We got Throg in control here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to get some werewolf synergy going here. This puts our combined stats at 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this 3-point quest here because I don't want them to be able to link it together and we'll have more time to fight over that one. So I'm going to take this quest right here. But first, before I do that, I should use my action. There's nobody to attack in the other party, so I can't. So, defend the spirit hell or rally the spirits. If you complete this quest with 2 different factions, and at least one is a troll, gain 1 victory point. I did not. Hold the line alone. If you did not play a troll to complete this quest, the next character you deploy gains -1 health. So that's what's going to happen. So what we're going to do is I will go ahead and discard and discard. We'll leave that -1 health up there because my next character is going to deploy -1 health. I got 3 victory points going. I'm going to grab my item, take that into my hand, draw back up the 3 characters, and we're going to make sure that 3 quests are available at all times. There it is. And here we go. Next character in solo mode is Valix. Action. Draw the top quest card. Swap 1 active quest with the drawn quest. So we are not going to use that ability at this time. And again, the rules state for our solo play that if the character can complete a quest, they must. There's a 1-point quest out. So they will map the Whispering Caverns. Let the cave guide you. The next character you deploy gains +1 wisdom. Or look at the top card of the quest deck. You may place it on the bottom of the quest deck or leave it on top. So they're going to take the +1 wisdom. So that's going to put our total up to 2. There's no synergy to worry about. They're going to get a +1 wisdom on the next character that they deploy. This character is going to be discarded. And again, we're going to grab our item and put it right into the discard deck right there. So another 1-pointer out. It's a chaos quest. We have a chaos quest, a wisdom quest, and a power quest. I'd really like to link my wisdom quests together. Let's see if I can. Fog of Doubt might help me do that. We're going to go ahead and play Nalia here. Nope, no I'm not, because I got -1 health to the next character played, and he only has 2 health. So I'm going to play Jar. And he's going to come in at 2 health, but he's got 3, 3, and 3 stats. I'm not going to use my action, and I'm not going to quest. I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters, and I'm going to pass turn over to our rival in solo mode. Thanks to Unbound, 3, 2, and 4, they are able to complete another 1-point quest. The next character you deploy gains +1 power, or draw 2 items, keep one in your hand, discard the other. They're going to get the +1 power. So we have a quest completed here. We can go ahead and, no, we got to keep that visible. Whoops. And we're going to keep that visible. All right, so we're going to go ahead and discard the character. We're going to go ahead and grab the item, put that in the deck. We're going to bring out our next quest. So that's interesting. We shuffled up real good, and all of our 1-point quests are gone, and now all 3 of the 5-point quests are up on the board. So we got to build some parties here that are strong. All right. Let's see what we got here. When you complete a quest, draw a spell instead of an item. That's really nice. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play Nalia here, and I'm going to secretly look at the top card of the quest deck. If it's worth 2 victory points or less, I'm going to auto-complete it. So let's secretly take a look here. It is 2 victory points or less. It's going to be auto-completed, which means that it doesn't gain any synergy or anything like that. But we will use that ability to gain those 2 victory points, which is really nice. And my combined total here is 5, 7, and 6. 5, 7, and 6 is not enough to complete any of the quests that are showing. So I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters. We're going to pass it over to our rival, who has Ben. When you quest party is attacked, reduce the total damage by 2. So we got kind of a tank out there, which is nice for the AI. Not able to complete any of the quests on his own. No action to take. They don't need to draw back up to 3 cards because they're just playing out of the deck. And so we're going to go back to our turn here. And I'm going to take a look at what I got here. I got 4, 4, and 2. I got that wisdom quest. That wisdom quest seems like the best one, and that's the one I want. So I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to put me over the top for the wisdom by far. All right, I got 3 characters in my party, which means that I can technically do 3 actions here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this action first, and I'm going to reduce a character's power, wisdom, or chaos by 1. So we will do chaos. So that's going to look like this. There we go. There we go. All right. And then for my second action out of 3, I'm going to deal 2 damage to another character, which is going to force their interrupt. They're going to absorb that damage. So we'll go ahead and mark that. And we will mark that. And we used his ability. Now, technically, I have a 3rd action left. And I'm not going to use the Fog of Doubt as my 3rd action because I'm already getting the Wisdom quest, and this is -2 Wisdom. So I'm going to save that and maybe cash it in for a spell later. But I'm going to go ahead and conquer the Throne of Silence. Duel the King in combat. If your total power is 8 or higher, and your total chaos is 8 or higher, gain +1 victory points. Let's see. I'm at 3. I'm only at 7. I'm only at 6 power, so that's not going to work. What's the other option? Usurp him through cunning. Choose an enemy character. It loses 2 hit points. If that character is not KO'd, the next character you deploy enters play with -1 health. All right, so they're going to lose 2 health here, but it's not going to knock them out. Which means the next character that I play is going to come in with -1 health. So we're going to leave that right there. We're going to discard here. All 3 of them. We're going to grab that 5-point quest, which is actually now 6 points because we got this synergy bonus right here, which is really nice. So we're at 9 points, and we're gonna grab our item for quest completion. We're gonna bring down our next quest, and I think, come on, flip. There we go. Another big power quest. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to trade in before the end of my turn here. It says that while I'm in the quest phase here, well, I guess I haven't drawn back up the 3 characters yet, so I'm good. I may discard 2 items in your hand to learn a spell, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard item number 1 here. I'm going to discard item number 2 here. I'm going to learn a spell from my deck. I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters, and we're going to pass it over. A lot of stuff going on here. We got a bump in wisdom. We got a debuff in chaos. We got -2 health going. Let's see if Fenn's going to get some help here. We got Bolga. Okay. Heal a character +1 HP or increase that character's maximum HP. So I think I'm gonna use that action right away because it's gonna allow me to get a health point back here. So instead of -2, whoop, there we go. So Fenn's now sitting at 3 health. Bolga's sitting at 3 health. We have combined stats here of 5, 4, and 8. 5, 4, and 8. 5, 4, and 8. They don't have enough to complete any of the quests, so they're going to keep building. And turn is going to pass to me. I know I got a spell here. It's for She-Ra. Destroys 1 item in play. I don't have She-Ra in my hand. Oop, I accidentally played that. Oh my goodness. All right, let's clean it up here. There we go. All right, I think what I'm going to do is, I got to be careful though. I don't want to get attacked. I'm going to play Dreg. He's going to come in at 2 health. And Dreg does not have enough power, wisdom, and chaos on his own. I'm going to save his action. I'm not going to quest. I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters. Here we go with the next card for our party. On the opposite side here, it is Wug the Wall. When your quest party is attacked, okay, so he's kind of like the same thing as Sven there. He's kind of tanking. Let's look at the stats here. We're at 4, 7, at 9, 6, and 10. 9, 6, and 10. 9, 6, and 10. 9, 6, and 10. So they do have enough to take this 4-point appearance. So they're going to do that. If you use 2 dragons to complete this quest, they did not. If 2 dragons were not used, each character in your quest party loses 2 health. If all characters survive, gain a victory point. Well, remember that we did that heal, so 2 health is going to take him down to 1, take him down to 1, take him down to 2. They're all going to survive, so they're going to get that extra victory point. So, well, you know what I should be doing? I should be tracking the victory points. Silly me. All right. Well, let's get that fixed. And that was slaying the Hydra, right? Yes, it was. All right, so we got no synergy going on, but we got 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the extra point we just got is 8. And let's go ahead and let's get this all discarded here. So we don't need you anymore. You can go back in our pile. You can go back in our pile. We're going to grab these 3 cards here. And we're going to put them back in our character deck. We're going to grab another item. Put that in our deck. And that's going to be it for our opponent. Got to bring our quest down. Moving right along quickly here. Now, before I forget, let's go ahead and go add up my total here. I'm at 5, 6, I'm at 9. So we got a close game going on here. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get Dreg rolling here with some friends in his quest party. I have a wisdom quest. There are no wisdom quests on the board here, so maybe I just take that 2-pointer there and move on. Although they got a power, like if they link a power quest, we're not gonna be sitting well. So maybe I take this one so they don't get that one immediately. I'm going to go ahead and play Hala because if you complete a quest with another werewolf, I'm going to gain a victory point. So I'm going to get 2 for completing Quell the Emberling Swarm. If you used a Sentinel, I did not use a Sentinel. If you did not use a Sentinel to complete this quest, flip an HP token. If the result is plus HP, gain a victory point. All right, we don't have tokens, but I do have a die roll. So I'll say that 1, 2, and 3 are negative side, and 4, 5, and 6 are the positive side. And it's the negative side. So we will not get an extra victory point, but we will take the 2 for completing that quest, taking me up to 11. Plus Hala, interrupt, will take me up to 12. There we go. Discard 1 and 2, and we don't need this there anymore. I'm going to make sure to grab my item into my hand. Looks like I threw it down here somewhere. Did I throw it? Just toss it? Where's my item? Maybe I didn't grab one. Item. There we go. All right. And then draw back up to 3 characters. So I got 3 characters, a spell, and an item. My hand size is looking good. And we're going to bring our quest down here. And let's see what we got. Another big one here. All right, characters coming out for our rival opponent. And they are 3, 3, 3, and 3. And they are not going to use their action because they can't. They can't complete a quest. And they can't draw back up to their hand size because it is a solo game. And I'm going to take my turn. Now, it'd be nice to link another power quest. So I'm going to go ahead and look for some power here. I got 3, 4, and 4. Plus, I do have Shira's spell. So that's interesting, though. Destroys 1 item in play. I'm gonna go ahead and play Shira. If unopposed, auto-complete a quest for 2 victory points or less. Well, I am not unopposed because Grubach Ironjaw is sitting there looking at me. So I'm not going to take my action. I'm not going to quest. I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters. It looks like I got to do a shuffle. And then, whoop, I accidentally drew a card. Let me put it back. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Move that over there. Flip it over. Give it a shuffle. And we're back on track. I do have to draw back up to 3 characters. And we're going to pass it over to the rival. Our rival's character is Skarn. Action. If you are not in first place, gain 1 item immediately. They're at 8. They are not, yeah, they are not in first place, so they're going to gain an item immediately. So what that means is we're going to take it, we're going to see what it is, and if the rival opponent is able to use it right away, then they will. So they are definitely able to use this right away. So we're going to go ahead and attach the Eye of the Abyss to Skarn here. There we go. And I think that's going to put them with enough to complete the Chaos quest because they're at 4, 7. Oh, they're only at 9. Um, but they will be able to complete the 4-point quest, and since they are a rival against in a solo game, they have to. Declare a faction and draw a character. If it matches the declared faction, gain a victory point. If you use 2 warriors, I did not use 2 warriors. I used 1 warrior and 1 strategist. So we are going to declare a faction on their behalf, and if it's a match, they are going to get a +1 victory point. So let's go ahead and declare trolls. Let's see if it's a troll. It is a vampire. So they are not going to get an extra point, but they are going to get 4 points for completing that quest. No synergy bonus. There we go. Skarn will be discarded. Grubach will be discarded. This item was used immediately, so it'll also be discarded. And we got to bring a quest down here. And we got to see what it is. We got, oh, this is like our wild quest, because you can literally have synergy with any type of quest after it. So let's see if we want to pick that up. Our synergy bonus is power. There's an 11-point power out there. I think that's what I was going for before. So let's continue on that route of power. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna bring Dravix here, and I'm not gonna use an action. I am not gonna quest. I'm gonna draw back up to 3 characters. There we go. And our rival opponent's gonna go here. We got Ray's Bloodblade. Alright, Ray's is probably going to attack here, deal 1 HP to each character in another quest party. So he's going to do that automatically because he can. And if he can, they have to. So I'm going to take damage here. I'm going to take damage there. So we are at -1 and -1. There we go. All right. Ray's is unable to complete a quest on his own. So what we got to do here is we got to take this deck. We have to bring it over. And now remember, all the items that they were earning from their quest completions, they're all going to start coming up now, and probably make things difficult for me. Let's find out. I'm going for this power quest here, and I got She-Ra out there. I was waiting for the perfect time to use my spell, and I didn't have to. So I think what I'm going to do, like, there's no item to destroy. I'm not going to need the extra +1 here. 8. So as long as I got 3 power coming in, I should be good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna put Mira out here, and she's gonna deal 2 damage, which is actually gonna knock Raze out. Sorry, I'm not sorry, Raze. There we go. You knocked out. I'm not gonna tap because I'm literally just doing a quest right now for 8, 9, 10, 11. Shattered the Titan's bindings. Entered a dream to defeat its master. If your total wisdom is 8 or higher, and your total chaos is 8 or higher, gain a victory point. 3, 6, 9. I'm only at 7, so I'm not able to do that. Draw a top card from the quest deck. Place it on top of one of the active quests. The new quest must be completed first. Okay. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So we're gonna get our points here first. Always got to do that first. I'm going to get 6 victory points because I got 5 and I was able to use synergy here, so I got 6 coming in. There it is. All right. Now, a new quest is going to come and cover the other one. Wow. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cover up this one first, and then we have to replace what we got here. And it's another power quest. So they're looking for a chaos quest, and there is one up there. I'm looking for power, and I would love to have this one as well, because if I can link something after that, I'm gonna get 2 points. But anyway, I just used all 3 of these characters in a quest party, so they are going to be discarded down, and we don't need these tokens anymore. And I'm gonna make sure I grab my item. And before I draw back up to 3 characters, do I want a, yeah, I'm going to get a spell. 1, 2, grab a spell, draw back up to 3 characters. Wait a minute, that's an item. How did, oh, you know what? That was probably the one that I thought got thrown somewhere. It got thrown into that deck. Huh. All right, let's see here. I got another dragon spell. Okay, you know what? I think I forgot to give myself that point down there too, but I'll let it slide and see if it makes a difference at the end. We have, first card from the rival is Valix Stormscale. Draw the top card, slot 1 active quest with the drawn quest. Yeah, they're gonna do that because they don't want me to get all these power quests that are up there. So let's do a swap here, and we're gonna strategically take out that one and put in that one. All right. And can they complete it themselves? 454, 432. No, they cannot complete a quest themselves. I noticed I only got 2 characters in my hand, which means that I never drew back up to 3 characters. So we're going to do that first. That's something that if you missed, it's okay. Discard a spell or item. Alright, I'm going to put Throg out there to do some retaliation in case I get attacked. It's only got 2 power though. Maybe that wasn't the best move since I'm trying to do power quests. But what's done is done. I'm not going to use the interrupt. I'm not going to go on a quest. I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters. And here we go. So Fenn's like our tank, so he's not going to use an action. But let's see what their combined stats are at. They are at 6, 5, and 6. And taking a look at our quests, 6, 5, and 6. 6, 5, yeah, 6, 5, and 6. So they can complete anything. So the one that's going to get them the most benefit is going to be this one right here. Discard a strategist from your hand. The next character to deploy gains +1 wisdom. If you cannot discard a strategist, declare a faction and draw a spell. If they match, gain a victory point, discard the spell. All right. So let's take care of the quest points first. So we got 3 plus the synergy is 4. Whoops. They're at 16. There we go. And let's go ahead and draw the spell. If it's a match, they get another point. Well, I know that we started with a lot of trolls, so it's going to make sense to say that this is a troll spell. It's a vampire spell. So that's going to get discarded. Normally, you would just put it under the spell deck, but that's difficult with Tabletopia, so I'm just going to throw it up there. So they're not going to get the extra point, but they will get discarded, and we'll grab the item, and then put the discard on top of that. So we got a game of 16 to 18. They're right behind me. I got a quest party going. I want to get some power. There is a power quest out there with 5. I got Throg going. Playing Nalia won't get me up to 5, but playing the others will. So I'm going to go ahead and play Drold. Discard a spell or item. I don't have to do that, but that's going to get me the 5, 3, and 3 that I need to purge the Forgotten Crypt, destroy the Cursed Relic within. If you complete this quest with 2 different factions and at least one is a vampire, gain a victory point. If you did not play a vampire, the next card you deploy gains -1 wisdom. All right. So that's going to go there. We're going to make it a -1 because the next card I deploy is going to lose some of the wisdom. Discard. Discard. It's going to be a 4-point quest. 3 plus the synergy point there is 4. Put me up to 22. And we're going to grab an item. So I'm at 3 characters, an item, and 2 spells. So my hand size is good. Bring this guy down. Flip it. We got that wild quest back. So if I am the rival, it makes sense to get this wild quest next because they're going to get synergy here for the power and the chaos. So this might get them back in the game. They need 5, 5, 5. They're at 3, 3, and 3. Deal -1 HP to each character. So they're not going to use their action right now. They are not going to quest right now, and they don't need to draw back up to 3. I need to be careful though because I don't want my characters to get knocked out, and 2 of them have 2 health. So I think I'm going to put in Jar Stone Chewer. And can I knock out Grubot? No, I can't. He's got an Iron Jaw. I will make that attack just in case something crazy happens. And Grubach is now at 1 health, but it shouldn't matter much because, like I said, they're going to come in here. They have enough for the quest that they need. Action. They can do 2 actions because they have 2 characters in their quest party. So they're going to deal 2 damage, but it's not going to knock him out. So there's not going to be any bonuses or anything like that going on. And they're going to take this 3-point quest right here, and they're going to take it, and it's going to be a 6-pointer because 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see what their choice is. If they used an item, they did not. If they used a spell, they did not. So, they are going to not get any bonuses for that, but they do get 6 points. Bringing them right back in it. We're going to go ahead and discard those. Those items still got to be coming up. And they're going to get their first spell here soon too. All right. What do I got going on? I would love to do power. There is a power quest. Looks like, again, I forgot to draw back up the 3 characters, so I'm going to do that real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and play Nalia again. And I'm going to use her ability to secretly look at this quest, and if it's 2 points or less, I can auto-complete it. It is not. So that goes right back. I am at 5, 8, and 6. 5, 8, and 6. 5, 8, and 6. So I could take this 3-pointer right here, but I'd really like to get that 4-pointer. We're in a tie game right now, and they're gonna link something together here. So I really want to get that extra point. I got dragon spells. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna pass on my quest. Not gonna complete a quest. Got another vampire going, and they're gonna play their first. When your quest party takes damage, deal 2 back to the attacking character. It's like a retaliation. 3, 2, and 4. 3, 2, and 4 is not enough to complete a quest by herself. So 3, 4, 5. I need 4 power. I don't think there is a way for me to get 4 power. There isn't. It's not good. I don't like it. I got weak characters out there already, so I think I'm gonna play Dreg. Attack another party for -1 HP. I'm gonna hold off on his attack. No item, no spell for me. I need to draw my characters back, so we're gonna flip that. We're gonna shuffle. We're gonna take it back, and we're gonna take the top card. Now we got some dragons coming in. Maybe we can mess them up a little bit. Skarn. If you are not in first place, gain 1 item immediately. Well, right now they are tied for first place, so they're not going to gain an item. Thank goodness. Those items, I know they're coming. 5, 6, and 8. And we do 5, 6, and 8, 5, 6, and 8, 5, 6. So they are able to do. They're able to get this one right here. Reclaim the Sunfire Banner. Discard a warrior from your hand. The next character, well, they don't have a hand. So if you cannot discard a warrior, declare a faction and draw a spell. If it's a match, they're going to get that victory bonus point. So they're already going to get 3, plus the synergy there is 4. Again, we're going to do trolls, and it is a troll. So that is a lot of points coming in. 3, 4, they're getting 5 points. Taking them up to 27. We're going to get their item. And we're going to bring quest down. All right. Well, the good news is I'm going to be able to get that power quest. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that. Leech out the magic, trapping the warden. If you use 2 vampires, I did not. If 2 vampires were not used, each character in your party loses 2 health. If all characters survive, gain an extra victory point. They're not going to survive, so I'm not going to be gaining an extra victory point, but I will be getting 4 for completing the quest and 5 for my synergy bonus. So that's going to put me right back in the game. I'm going to grab my item before I forget. Might keep it for now. We're going to discard. We're going to get rid of this stuff going on. We don't have to worry about. We are in a tight game. We're down a point. Let's see what the rival deck has in this solo mode. Okay, Orderer's Bindings. So the way that the items work is that if they're able to play them immediately, then they have to. So what's going to happen is this is going to get passed over to my side, and my character is going to come in with -2 chaos right off the bat. And they still get to draw the character, which is another item. So now this character that comes out is going to come out with +2 health. So Bolga right here is going to be at 5 health. She's going to save her action. She's at 3, 2, and 4, unable to complete a quest on her own. And look at that, 2 of the quests are chaos quests. So that's not good for my options. Looks like I again forgot to draw back up the 3 characters. So again, if you forget, no big deal. Just go ahead and get it done. Well, now is the time. Now is the time. We're going to put She-Ra out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to play She-Ra's spell because we're going to get +1 to all our stats until they are discarded for a dragon. And she destroys 1 item in play. So, do I want to destroy the health buff or the chaos debuff that is plaguing me right now? And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy this item here with my spell. I'm going to go ahead and play that. And now I'm at 5, 4, and 3. Not bad. I can't quest. I'm going to draw back up the 3 characters before I forget. And Bolga is going to get some help in her quest party. Another item. So now, again, Clarity Crystal. She's going to be at 3, 3, and 4. And we still need a character to come out. So it really doesn't matter. We can attach it here, actually. -2 health to another character. All right. Yep. So Moria is going to go ahead and do that attack. 2 health, taking me down to just 1 health remaining. There we go. And let's make sure we get this right. They are at 6, 6, and 8. 6, 6, and 8 is enough to defeat the twin revenants. Divide and conquer. If you use 2 characters of the same class, I used a sorcerer and a warrior, so I did not. If you use 2 characters of the same faction, I did not. So can't really complete one of the choices, but they are going to get 3 victory points. Now check this out. So they already played one of their items automatically, and I should have brought that over and put it right here, because what happens is as they discard the items that they use, that's how they learn their spells. So we got a spell coming in for those 2, and then the next spell or item that they use is going to grant them another spell. So now we can put those over there. They had one that was automatically attached earlier in the game. I forgot to do that, so we're going to leave that one. We got the spell in there ready to go for their next turn. We're going to bring our quest down. We are locked in a tight game against our rival in a 1-player game. 2 chaos and wisdom. I have a power quest, so they have a chaos quest and there's 2 showing. So I think I want to try to get this little 3-pointer here and then maybe come back for the other one or make a play for it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So discard a sorcerer from my hand. I can do that. Declare a faction. I'm able to discard a sorcerer. Okay, so because I'm gonna have two either way. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Drolg here is going to give me enough power, wisdom, and chaos to take this one. But first, before I go questing, I'm going to use my action. But I can't. If unopposed, autocomplete a quest worth 2 victory point or less. There are no 2-pointers there. So that's not going to work. Like I said, I'm going to take this 3-pointer. I'm going to get a +1 chaos when I redeploy because I'm able to discard a sorcerer from my hand. So I'm going to discard the sorcerer. I'm going to, again, I would just put that at the bottom usually, but the system on Tabletopia isn't great for that. So do that one, do that one. I'm going to grab my item. I'm at 3 items now. +1, +2, +1. I'm already getting a +1 on my chaos. So I think I'm going to discard those 2 for a spell. There it is. And I'm going to draw back up to 3 characters. There we go. And before I forget, I'm going to take this 3-point quest. Start a new synergy line here. And give myself 3 points. 30 to 30. Last 3 quests of the game are out. That could be big right there. A double point of chaos coming in. Let's see what we got. Crimson Dart is going to be applied to the next character that I play. And come to think of it, there was another item over here that was attached to my character, so that would have been their second item here. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. I'm going to put the extra spell in their deck. And they're going to have to play Lug the Wall as their next character. We're going to go ahead and get this all shuffled up. Now it's really dangerous because we got some spells in there. Could make a big impact at the end of the game. He is Retaliation. He is unable to complete a quest by himself. So no action, no quest. Back to me. Coming in with -1 health. They're all at 3 though. I got Dravix. Draw a spell instead of an item. I know I forgot to do that earlier in the game. Dravix deals 3 damage to another character. And Wug has 4. Okay. Alright, well I don't have to use it right away, so I think what I'm gonna do is this. Well, what's my spell here? It's Mira, and I have Mira. Chaos until they are discarded. Mira gains -2 HP to the next character played by a Questweaver. Interesting. Okay. I think I got a play here. Whoa. I don't know why I took 2 cards. Alright. We're gonna come in with Mira. Oh, I can only do 1 action though. And if I do it now, he's gonna retaliate now. So I'm gonna hold off on my attack. And I'm gonna wait to play that spell and her attack at the same time. It's a veteran move right there. Alright. Go ahead and grab my next character. What is this? This is a spell. Put that over there. All right. +2 wisdom. All right. Let's see what's going to happen here. Valix. Draw top quest. You can't because there is no top quests. So let's get there. 8, 5, and 4. 8, 5, and 4 is not enough to complete any quests on the board. So now, here's what we're going to do. The werewolves here are going to go crazy. Boom. All right. Well, I can only do 2 actions, though. I keep messing that up because I got this -1 here to her health. Okay. Well, that's going to knock her out. If I do that, is that going to knock her out? No, it's a spell, right? Let me see here. Oh, that's Throg. Hang on. To the next character played by a Questweaver. I'm not even reading my own cards right. Okay. Well, I have enough to do 3 damage. Somebody. But it's not, he's going to absorb it. Let's just play it out and see what happens. Attack another party for -1 HP each. So, when your Questweaver is attacked, reduce its total damage by 2. So that's going to be a wash right there. Because the total damage to the whole party is reduced by 2. So your interrupt is tapped and your tapped as well. Now Mir's going to come in and do 2 HP damage to another character. We're going to put that on Valix. All right. So 2 characters in my party. 2 actions done. I'm also going for some power. If I get 3 warriors in my party, I'm going to get +1 power, so that would be nice. And I don't have another warrior in my party yet. I have 6, 6, and 6 for my stats. Which is enough to take this off the board. And it'd be silly not to. So we're going to Calm the Howling Rift. If you complete the quest with 2 different factions, and at least one is a werewolf, they're not different. If you did not play a werewolf, well, I did. So no bonus for me. But I'm going to take the 3 points and combine it with the synergy for 4, taking me to 34. There we go. All right. And we're going to discard you. And we're going to discard you. And we're going to make sure that this enemy item goes back up with them. And we're going to get my item for quest completion. Didn't get to use my spell like I wanted to. That's all right. And now they're going to play their next character. It's a Crimson Dart. Still looking for a character. It is Grubach. So that's going to put them at, let's see here. Whoop. I don't want to grab him. I just wanted to focus better. 11, 8, 7. 11, 8, 7. They don't have enough to complete either quest. They do not have enough to complete either quests. All right, so I'm going to come in and play I'm going to play Throg, who's going to come in with 1 damage. That's alright. I'm going to go ahead and play this werewolf spell. Even though it won't get the synergy, it will give him +2 chaos. So is that 2, 3, and 6? And -1 health. Oh, 2, 3, and 7. Alright. And I can't use any items. Well, I used a spell. Can't quest. Draw back up to 3 characters. And let's see what happens. Well, they're going to get their 4th character. And it's Skarn. If you are not in first place, draw an item immediately. 30 and 34. They're not in first place. They're going to get an item immediately drawn into... Again, they don't have a hand. Oh, I put it in my hand. There we go. Now, they have enough to take Unravel to Dreamless Sleep, and they have 8 power, and they have 8 wisdom. So this is going to be a 7-point quest for them. Because of 5, 6, and their choice is 7. So they're going to be at 37. All right. Grab their item. Discard. Discard. We already gave them their points. We can get this out of here. All right, it's on me. I need 9 wisdom, and I'm only at 3. So I know I'm going to play you to get me to 5. And then if I play Nalia, that's going to put me at 10 wisdom, which is enough to protect the Oracle of Thorns. Declare a faction and draw a character. If it matches, gain a victory point. If I use 2 sorcerers, or if I use 2 strategists. Well, it looks like I used a sorcerer and a sentinel. So I have to declare a faction and draw a character. But first, let's do this. I'm going to be at 30. It's not going to matter because I'm at 34. That's automatically going to put me at 38. And if I declare, dragon, I'm going to win by 1 point. Wow, what a good game! A 1-point victory in this solo game of Questweaver Synergy Unbound. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on Twitch, and we're going to try to go live every Thursday around the same time. So if you came in late, catch me at the next one. Thursday, 5:30, we'll do another game. Might be a 2-player, might be solo. We'll see. But thanks for watching. Make sure you follow the Kickstarter so you don't miss any updates. And have a good one.